Gavin,
Oh yeah.
congrats, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell me what that feels like because let's be honest, that should have been probably a competitive fight for your first time out, and you pretty much ran circles around him, and that's not easy to do in your first UFC fight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm happy I won, but as soon as we hit the dressing room backstage, we just started talking about the opportunities that I had to finish that I didn't take. I wanted to finish for my debut, and like Sam's a tough guy, man. I don't know if everybody's got skulls like that in the UFC, but that's that. I wish I had finished. I had opportunities to finish on the takedown when I went for the heel hook. I didn't control the second leg. Just pulled some kind of amateur moves, but it's good. It's good to get a win and still have stuff to take away to work on. So I'm pretty happy. The crowd was really receptive, and it was a good night.
I mean, the crowd was super receptive. I mean, how does it feel to walk out to that kind of ovation? I mean,
I hate giving the same answer. I haven't decided on a feeling because I don't even know what to call it yet. But I guess I'm happy.
did the fight go the way that you thought it would? I mean, the way you game plan for a guy like him, did everything play out the way you expected it to?
Pretty much. I mean, with a guy like Sam, really heavy on the back foot, throws from the hip with that right hand. So, like my coaches, Peter and my coach Coco, they said, don't give him a stationary target, and it's going to be okay. And of course, it's my first fight. I was very stressed, thinking about it. I got a lot of pressure. My family's here, and it's hard to think clearly when it comes to that. But Coco kept bringing it to me. He's like, if this guy walked into the gym right now and you guys were sparring, do you think this guy would beat you? I said no. So we just went out and I just tried to enjoy myself, and for the most part, I did.
I mean, you said you were stressed. I mean, in the fight, he was obviously ridiculously stressed trying to track you down. You just never were there. You had some fun in there, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, what do you call it? Do you call it showboating? I don't want to be disrespectful.
I think that was more for strategy. I mean, I would never intentionally be disrespectful to anybody who's in there in that cage. It takes a lot of courage to get in there, no lie. But I was hoping that kind of a little bit of antics would draw him in more. You see me fishing him in a little bit, trying to Toriano a little bit and play, hoping that he would get a little more frustrated and commit, because we really wanted to drag him into the left hand. I had planned to sit a little more on that left hand and drive it down the pipe, but I was winning, and of course you don't want to risk your debut. I want to secure my spot, and I'm glad that I did. But like I said, there was opportunities to finish, and I'm going to take it away from the fight. So the win is good, but also stuff to work on.
Now that you're here, though, how fast do you want to get back in there and sort of start to assert yourself, as the new kid on the block, the new name to watch for?
Tomorrow, man. I'm healthy. I'm ready to go. I think one shot. I'm ready to roll. I'm here now. The checks are bigger. We get to train more with a lot less. No more on a peanut butter sandwich diet. Buying all my guitars back. It's nice.
Could you talk a bit about Titans MMA and how they prepared you for this fight?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the first gym I've ever been a part of. And Peter Martell's been my coach since day one. And when we got the call a month out, we just immediately started preparing. Myself, Peter, Pat, my girl Danielle, Courage came in, and these guys are beside me 3-4 times a day. I basically live in that place right now. I know the mat has got my footprints over it every day, and I'm comfortable there, but also very uncomfortable there because these guys push you. Our team, we've got a great jiu-jitsu team, multiple black belts, world boxing champions, and even though we may be a small city, I think we have just as many resources as a lot of these places. So my coaches keep telling me, don't be intimidated just because this guy's in the UFC. Because Sam has more fights in the UFC than I have fights. But he just kept telling me, you're defending your belt in your hometown. The UFC is for you guys, for press and a banner that everyone kind of sees. But for me, in my mind, this was Gavin Tucker's 10th fight. So every fight is like the first fight, and they just help prepare me here, and tell me to accept the responsibility to my goals. And this pressure and these people are going to be around now. So I felt like I was ready, not just physically, but everything I had to do to accept. My mom is here. My mom, that's a big deal for me. I'm from Ship Cove, Newfoundland. I think there's maybe 60 people less in this town. This is my mom's first time at a Newfoundland, so a really big deal from her. She hasn't seen a rock concert. Do you know what I mean? So her first big public show was watching her oldest boy fist fight a dude in a cage, which is pretty exotic for northern Newfoundland, you know. And so I'm pretty friggin' happy everything went the way that it did.
Hey, Gavin. I know you're pretty humbled on the win. I don't think you said who you want next. Obviously, it's your first fight in the UFC, but is there someone that might kind of entice you to go back in, or would you just take anyone?
Yeah, CM Punk, that would be a great fight. Yeah, I'm gonna get Dana to open up that checkbook and feel good. I don't.
I think he might spin circles around it.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know. I'm not gonna come off the first fight and be that guy that's naming names. I don't think that's very smart for me to do. I'm a fighter. Fighters fight. They're gonna send me a name, and I'm gonna say yes to it.
Gavin, back here. You look at I know you said you haven't really decided how you feel about all this, but you look at your Twitter feed, like the last tweet you posted was asking Sean Shelby to get you on the last Halifax card 2 years ago.
Right.
What's this like to, get 2 years later, get this opportunity now and perform like you did tonight?
I didn't know I tweeted that. I think maybe the girl was running my Twitter. So. It's really fantastic to get the opportunity and to be healthy when the opportunity came and to be prepared. Like I said, my coach, Peter Martell, he said, "You be ready, right?" And I mean, you don't have to tell me. I love training. I get out of bed to train. I'm happy to do this. I'm pretty blessed to have this job. But we had a feeling that it was coming, and when we got the call, it wasn't like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what am I gonna do?" It's like, "All right, here it is," and now we're gonna do. And we're gonna do what I plan to do. Like I said, accepting the responsibility of those goals, and now they're real, man. It's just kind of crazy. It's starting to sink in now. When I say it over and over, you guys ask me questions. It's like, okay, maybe it's real after all. Good. Thank you.